Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another wonderful episode of the Any Given Day podcast. I'm Zach. That's Hunter. We got a lot to get into today and not a lot of time, so we're going to hop right into it. First little bit of news. Quarterback Drew Pine, former Notre Dame and Arizona State quarterback, has committed to Missouri. I don't hate the move. He hasn't necessarily proven he can be an elite starting quarterback, but hasn't necessarily been given the opportunity. 3 years of eligibility left, so it's I think it's more of a move for the future than it is this year. Obviously, with Brady Cook still being there, but I don't hate it.
Yeah. For all we know, they might see something in him that they can develop and turn him into a legit starter. We don't know. It's one of those things where it's a risk gamble, but you're not going to win anything unless you take a bit of a risk or a gamble. So it's there.
Yeah, I agree. All right, moving on. Next bit of news, some crazy news, really. Mo Hassan, former Vanderbilt quarterback, has claimed that he was offered $300,000 by the Italian mob to help fix games. I don't know about you, but I choose life. So this, to me, just seems like a very risky allegation, if true. Personally, I'm not messing with the Italian mob. So I mean, like I said, I don't know if there's any truth to this. So it just seems risky if there is, personally.
I see. My only thing is he started out over at USC and then transferred to Vanderbilt, right?
Right.
You're at Vanderbilt, man. You ain't gotta fix shit.
No.
Like, pardon my French on that one, but like, you are a bench player. Like, he doesn't have any stats from over at Vanderbilt. He's got 120 yards total, 17 pass attempts, and one touchdown for his entire career, which started in 2018. And who knows, he might be a great locker room guy. You know, great locker room guys exist. Look over up in Nashville on that bus. Will Compton is there. You know, great locker room guy. Pissed when the Falcons didn't sign him, but you know, is what it is. End of the day, he's got balls. If this is true, he's got balls. Like, I'll give him that. Sorry for like just the crude language, but that's about it. You know, like that's all you really can say.
Yeah.
He's claiming a lot of other games in the SEC were fixed and rigged and bold claims. I don't know if this really holds any weight though, because you know, for all we know, it could just be an over-exaggerated story for a podcast.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like you said, with the stats he had, why they would be offering him money to fix games? He wasn't really getting a whole lot of playing time, so not exactly the guy you'd go to try and fix games, I guess. But it's neither here nor there.
For all we know, they could have been about to break the starting QB's leg. He was next up in line. And then they're like, oh, this guy doesn't play much. Let's not do that.
Yeah. Damn. All right. Next little bit of news, which, we talked a little bit about the college football game last week. This, again, has to do with that. The NCFAA has declined to be in the new EA Sports college football video game, which means these awards won't be in the game. I'll run through these real quick. The Ben Derrick Award, the Bolitnikoff, Davey O'Brien, Doak Walker, Groza, Jim Thorpe, Maxwell, Outland, and Ray Guy Awards, they will not be in the game this year.
That's 9.
Which just means 9?
9 awards. Just
yeah.
Like,
I mean, which means, it's not like the awards will still be in the game, just not under these names. Instead of seeing the Bolitnikoff Award, it's going to be called Best Wide Receiver Award. Which, to me, this new era of college football fan, right? you know, like you and me, we're old enough to know about these awards, and we remember these awards. But this new era, if you ask some of these kids, hey, what's the Bolitnikoff Award? They don't know anything about the Bolitnikoff. If you can get in this college football video game and get out there and introduce yourself to this new generation, you can get your name out there and get some recognition. But instead, you're being greedy with your money, and now we're just going to have best wide receiver awards, which I do believe they said that they're still open to coming in next year's game. Obviously, it's going to take more money, which EA Sports may be fine just having a best wide receiver award instead, to be completely honest.
For all we know, like, the guys that run the NCFAA, which is the National College Football Awards Association, that's the acronym. A lot of these guys are going to be older, so $600 plus a free copy of the video game probably isn't that appealing to them. They might want, for all we know, to have some money allocated to a charity or something like that. And what I'm gonna guess and take a wild swing is they were wanting NCAA was giving a set price, and they felt like, and for all we know, it could be like 800, 900, 1,000, and they're like, well, no, you should be paying more than that. Like, that might be worth one of the awards, but not all of them. So, I mean, that's just a little thought I had overnight. Like,
yeah,
that might be it.
I mean, I was reading an article about it from The Athletic, and from what they said, the offer that they made to the NCFAA was, an incremental deal, but basically based off of what they paid in NCAA 14. It was more than that, significantly more than they paid them in NCAA 14, but they still declined to come into the game. I guess they thought it wasn't enough. So
that's what?
Yeah,
that's not okay. That is kind of greedy. Yeah. Okay.
So and I don't know the exact number. So obviously, I mean, they could have been paying them peanuts in NCAA 14, and they tried to give them, more, but it still significantly wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you do know what trophy is in there, though, right?
Yes, the one that matters.
The Heisman.
Yeah.
I'm too big of the Heisman.
Yeah, that's about the only one that matters, really.
That's the one that you.
Yeah, which I believe. Yeah, I mean that's the one you care about, right? I mean everybody wants to take, if you're playing the dynasty mode, you want your guys to win the Heisman. Yep. I know me personally playing the older NCAA games. Yeah, I mean like I know playing the older NCAA games, I never really care. Like it was cool if if one of my wide receivers won the Bolitnikoff, but I didn't really care about winning the Bolitnikoff. I wanted one of my guys to win the Heisman. That's like the big, big award. So I personally, as long as the Heisman's in the game, I don't really care. Which there were two other awards that haven't announced whether they are in or out. The Butt Kiss Award is separate from the NCFAA, which is best linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't announced whether they'll be in or not. So that's something to keep an eye on. That could still be in the game. And what was the other one?
What was it? I can't. Remington, right?
The Remington.
Yeah,
I believe it. Yes, center. I believe it was the Remington.
Or best center or interior.
Yeah, also a separate award.
Joe Moore as well.
So Joe Moore could still be in the game. It's a separate entity. So there still could be some named awards in the game, but from the ones that are ran and owned by the NCFAA will not be in the game this year.
I'll never forget,
unfortunately,
except for the Heisman. I'll never forget, actually. One of the last times I played NCAA 14, I don't have a copy anymore, unfortunately. Tragic, really. But
it's hard to get now.
Yeah, worth a lot. Not anymore, though. Once there was one time I was playing Road to Glory, and I just had this quarterbacks over at Oregon, and I had this one connection with this wide receiver. Like, he was always there, always open, right? I had won the Heisman the previous 2 years. Boom, boom, boom. I'm still putting up these, video game numbers, obviously.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I'm the lock for the Heisman again. My wide receiver beat me out for it. I was like, that ain't happening again. He ended up going first round though, I think.
No.
So. You're welcome, buddy.
Dang. All right. Well, it was a pretty slow news week, so that's all the news we have for today. But it's time for everybody's second favorite segment now, I believe.
Oh no.
Yeet or no yeet.
We're not gonna do like second favorite. Like oh my god.
No. No. All right. So as you might know, there's not much going on in football right now, in college football. So I've run out of eat or no eat questions about college football, but you know what is going on right now? Spring training for Major League Baseball. All right. So this is almost entirely, there's one question that's not, also not about football, but there's one question that's not about baseball, but 3 of these are about baseball. So we're going to hop right in with the stinger, okay? Number 1, Juan Soto is better than Ronald Acuna Jr.
No yeet.
No.
Look, Juan Soto, and let me give an explanation, right? We're a college football podcast, and we're talking Major League Baseball right now because that's how slow it is. But
yeah,
Juan Soto, I truly do believe, is one of the best pure hitters in the game, if not the best pure hitter. You line him up at DH, you've got a guy there, right? Acuna is the better overall player. Now, you look at the statistics, and he's a quote-unquote liability on defense. If the dude really wanted to, like, let's be honest, he could be one of the best defensive outfielders. He's just, he has fun, though, and so that means he's not, like, he might make a bad read every now and then, but I'll still take Acuna defensively in the outfield over Soto. So, Acuna's better.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, Juan Soto is probably the best pure hitter in baseball. But Ronald Acuna Jr. is a 5-tool, once-in-a-generation type of player.
Right there. 5 tools.
So, like, Soto may be a better, hitting than Ronald, but Ronald is good everywhere. Great, really, everywhere. So, I mean, if we're talking awards, who's won an MVP and who hasn't?
Exactly.
Just saying. All right. Number 2, staying on some awards. Spencer Strider will win the Cy Young Award this year.
Spencer Strider will win the Cy Young Award?
Yeah, win.
Well, let's see. He's got a new curveball that is freaking playing. So, yeet, I'll say it.
I think there's definitely potential there. Yeah. I mean, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball, so I don't hate it. I would yeet that myself personally, if I was a betting man, which I'm not because I don't have any money. I would hammer Spencer Strider to win the Cy Young Award. All right, number 3. Hold on, I might have to amend this. Hold on.
Oh, my neck.
Okay. The Dodgers will win 117 games this year and break the record for the most wins in a single season.
The Dodgers?
The Dodgers.
No, look, that record.
You don't think so?
Look, you added a lot of big names. Do not get me wrong. They added a lot of big games. Or big names, not games. Granted, they are big games. They've added a lot of big names, but Yoshinobu Yamamoto is not proven in the MLB yet. I get that he's supposed to be amazing, right? But how many times have we seen, oh, this guy's supposed to be amazing, and then he gets to the MLB and he gets humbled, like immediately, right?
Right.
Now, granted, it's a lot easier for the MPB players coming from Japan to go and transition because they've already been playing professionally for a while. And I'm not knocking Yamamoto. He might be a Cy Young winner immediately, but unproven. Right, put him against the Braves lineup when they're going hot. I want to see what that looks like. Tyler Glasnow has one of the most electric arms in the game, but dude can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Clayton Kershaw is mid to late 30s at this point. He's not what he used to be.
Yeah.
In the words of Toby Keith, he ain't as good as he once was. So, and that's former MVP too. So you have that. You have Shohei, who can't pitch right now, but is strictly a DH. I'll say this till the day I die. That is between him, Mookie, and Freddie. That is the best, like the best first three you'll see in baseball. But after that, it's a bunch of the same. So it's the same people we've been seeing. I still think overall Atlanta has the best lineup, because what are the weak spots in Atlanta's lineup compared to Dodgers right now? Orlando Arcia,
left field, Orlando Arcia, maybe Kalanick, depending on how he develops.
So no, I think. Do I think they're 100-game winners? Yeah. Do I think they break the record? No. That's gonna be hard to touch, like, ever. That Mariners team is special.
I mean, yeah. The only thing that would be holding me back from saying yes would be that they have Mookie Betts playing shortstop, who in his career at shortstop has been kind of a liability at shortstop. Mm-hmm. So if you had an elite shortstop on that, if they still had Trey Turner at shortstop and had Mookie Betts, in the outfield still, I think this team has the potential to do it. And they definitely have the names to do it this year. But with the way baseball's turned into, super teams don't necessarily work in baseball like they do in other sports like basketball. Basketball, you got 5 really great players. You could, come close to some records. But baseball, it's a long season, and anything can happen. People can get hurt, people can get injured, and then you can go from, on pace to win 116 games to winning 90. Like nothing if somebody gets hurt. So, somebody important like a Freddie Freeman or a Shohei or a Mookie Betts. Mm-hmm. So it would definitely have to be a perfect season to try and break that record.
God, yeah.
So, all right. Go ahead.
No. That what you were saying about Mookie and having him move to outfield, he's actually he's pretty good at second base. I'll say that. You keep him second base or the outfield, he's good.
At second.
But I don't know if you saw it the other day, or was it yesterday, where the clip of their infield missing the fly ball. Like, it was that classic trope in baseball where 3 guys converge and none of them get it, except it was in the infield instead of the outfield. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, which I think I saw a video yesterday of there's a ground ball like right at him, and he just missed it, and it rolled into the outfield. Which, I mean, he could figure it out. He hadn't never really played shortstop. I think he's played like 16 games there his entire career. But Gavin Lux is not the answer at shortstop.
Not right now, at least. So, he's been sent down to...
They had to move Gavin Lux to second. Yeah, I mean, if they're going to keep him at shortstop, but
keep his back.
It's neither here nor there.
Anyways.
All right. The last one, we're going to pivot a little bit to wrestling.
Oh, no.
Cody Rhodes will finish the story at WrestleMania this year and defeat Roman Reigns to win the WWE Universal Championship. I hope. I hope. Why do I just have this sinking feeling that WWE is going to mess this up and have Roman hold the championship for another 2 years.
They're not that.
And break Hulk Hogan's record.
They're not that stupid.
I hope not.
And to break Hulk,
they should have pulled the trigger last year.
But to break Hulk's record, he'd have to hold it through September this year, I think.
Yeah, which would be what, SummerSlam?
Something like that.
Yeah, personally, I think they should just go ahead and pull the trigger. If he beats Cody again at WrestleMania, the story is over.
Well, they've already said so, but I think they're basically like, okay, yeah we got to pull the trigger. But
yeah, if you don't do it now, then all momentum has been lost at that point.
Moving on from Yeet or No Yeet, that was the last Yeet or No Yeet, right?
It was.
So, the blind draft. Yep. Oh, I'm going to have fun with this. Now, I had several thoughts about this. And I'll be honest, I couldn't come up with a good football one in enough time. So, because I thought about doing best college teams, but then I realized my knowledge of the best overall teams, besides Georgia, doesn't go back beyond the 2000s.
Right.
You know? So the earliest one I could, in theory, do would be like 2001 Miami. So I thought, hey, why not let the people get to know you a little bit better?
Okay.
So then I came down to either the 5 blind draft of your 5 side dishes or 5 sliders.
Uh-huh.
And by sliders, I don't mean the actual sliders, I mean the pitches. But then you took the baseball stuff, so I was like, we'll do that another time. So we are going to do a blind draft of side dishes.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Okay. So, mac and cheese. 2. Okay. I think that's the highest you've ever ranked the first one.
Yeah, usually I start at 3.
Turnip greens.
5.
5? Oh.
Yep. I like turnip greens, but like, I have a feeling there's going to be some stuff I like more.
Okay. Coleslaw.
4.
Like coleslaw more than turnip greens. How southern are you, really?
I do, actually. I'm not a big turnip green guy, personally. I mean, I'll eat it on, like, New Year's Day.
You might not be able to see it from the glare, but I'm just, like, I'm very, very disappointed with you. So disappointed, young man.
You just don't like turnip greens. I mean, I like turnip greens, but it's not, like, my favorite side ever.
I will die on that hill.
Yeah, do you have more greens on the list?
Baked beans.
Baked beans? 3. Yeah.
Mashed taters and gravy goes in at 1 then.
Oh, well, absolutely 1. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The only thing on... Oh, my gosh. I disagree with you so much on this list. Oh, my gosh. Where to begin?
I mean, theoretically, mac and cheese and mashed potatoes could be interchangeable at 1 and 2. But I feel like the rest of the list is probably pretty right for me, personally.
I mean, it is definitely for you, personally, because I'd have mashed taters and gravy and turnip greens at 1 and 2 interchangeably. mac and cheese at 3,
yeah,
coleslaw at 4, and baked beans at 5. That's how I'd do it. But
you don't
it's
like
not
baked
that I
beans?
don't like them. It's just like I've had them so much. It's very much like, eh. Like, don't get me wrong. I like
That's
having
fair.
different kinds of flavors of baked beans and stuff. It's just like coleslaw's more versatile, right? I can have coleslaw on a hot dog. I can have it on as a side dish. I mean, there's so many different things you can use.
You've never had baked beans on a hot dog? You've never had baked beans on a hot
No.
dog?
I wrap bacon
I'm sorry, I'm letting
around
my
it,
fat kid
or I
come
throw
out.
chili and
I'm
cheese
sorry.
on it like an American.
I'm sorry. I let my fat kid come out. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Baked beans on a hot dog's pretty good. Put a little pulled pork on there.
Barbecue dog.
You like a beef hot dog with a little bit of pulled pork and some baked beans? Yeah. Oh, that sounds good.
Turnip greens sound amazing right now. But
I mean, I like turnip greens. I just don't have them that often.
You get the seasoned ones. Oh, throw a little pepper juice on them.
I mean, like I like getting some turnip greens, pinto beans, and some cornbread, mixing it together and eating it. That sounds delicious.
I need to take
personally.
you to Top of the River, over in Gunnersville, Alabama. I need to take you over there. Take you.
They got good turnips over there.
Amazing turnips. Better than that, they also have. So you can order fixins, right? As like kind of like an appetizer, right? And they'll bring out turnip greens. They'll bring out slaw. Amazing slaw. Pickled onions, cornbread. Ooh. And then
that sounds good. You know, if you put hot slaw on here, it would have been 101 right there. Hot slaw's
pretty good.
Is the best.
Good. But
I love hot slaw.
And then first and foremost, Top of the River sits right on the lakefront over at Gunnersville. So you get a view of the lake, depending on where you're set at. So, beautiful view there.
Right.
Whew. It's amazing. Then you get your choice of seafood you want, whether it be broiled crawfish, fried crawfish, fried catfish. I mean, shrimp. You got your choice. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Many a night spent there growing up. That's my childhood. Oh, it really is.
Sounds really good.
I need to take you over there. Legit.
Sounds like a plan. All right, everybody. A little bit shorter of an episode. Obviously, not a whole lot going on this week. So, hopefully, some more stuff will happen over this next week, and we'll have some more to talk about. If not, we may look at doing some previews for spring practice coming up or something. We may do a mock draft. Who knows? But hopefully, next episode we'll have some more to talk about. So, hope everybody has a great day. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of our new content. And Hunter, do you have anything to say?
I was nearly named Rusty at one point.
That makes sense. I can see that.
Thanks, Dad.
Because of the hair. It's because of the hair. That's what it is.
I wasn't even born yet, and he's fine for the name Rusty Dale. And I'm like,
Rusty Dale. Oh, yeah. He's naming you after two NASCAR drivers right there. Rusty Wallace and Dale Earnhardt.
He was a big Dale Earnhardt fan, a big Rusty Wallace fan. And
I'm going to have to talk to your dad next time I see him. Say, you should have pulled the trigger, brother. That would have been awesome.
Because she knew. And she's like, you were not naming our kid Dale.
I tried with my son. I was like, come on, let's name him Dale or like Junior or something like that. Like, you come on, Chase, something.
Our child will be Dale Earnhardt the third.
Like, okay, all right. Oh, God. Oh, well. All right.
So, till then, guys, remember, anything can happen on any given day, and we'll see you on the next play.